So recently, I'm talking about like today, some major changes happened to the game, nerfing in many respects, some really cool things. Um, One of the biggest changes today that happened was how they're treating um, taming. And uh, basically, what they wanted to do was stop people from feeding 200 mushrooms to a pig, which mushrooms are kind of truffles, so pigs would love mushrooms, right? So the idea that pigs wouldn't eat mushrooms is kind of ridiculous because that's what they do eat out in the wild, truffles. And ultimately, not that truffles are mushrooms, but kind of like mushrooms, I guess. And what they did was they made it on um, the need to succeed, which makes this game like or makes progress pretty much impossible. In essence, actually, there's a very famous saying: you learn more from your failures than your successes. And if they switched it around, the higher you got, when you succeed at it, you don't progress. But when you fail at something, when you're trying to hammer or whatever, it makes a roll. If you fail at it, then you do progress in the point. What you would happen or what you would have is a much more balanced game where it's much harder for folks to get up higher because they keep succeeding, and they got to find those fail ratios. So imagine if you only fail 2 or 3% of the time because of your level, um, um, then you know you just don't progress because it's those breakthroughs, it's those moments of of challenges that ultimately are greatest learning points. The other thing they nerfed was big bags, and big bags were really cool because you could actually drop soil in them and put soil in them up to 10,000, which made terraforming kind of fun and useful. And I don't know if it was such an abuse in the sense of why not? You already have other magic, you teleport and other things, so you could have a bag that you put in. So but it's more of like, hey, I miss it because I enjoyed it and I could get a lot done with a bag. You can organize it, you can break it up into 15s and drop it and create more dirt. That's another thing I don't know what they're going to do. They should nerf the 15 thing, and that would really change terraforming where you can't drop 15s anymore, or they go poof like in soil. So farming would change and everything would change if you have to drop 30s. Anyway, so I just want to make this video real quick, you know, talking about when developers make knee-jerk reaction and changes, it ultimately affects the game in much better ways. And it's much better to make small changes, minute changes, and see how they impact instead of do these knee-jerk changes, which is a mistake of a fledgling gaming company, right? If you look at how EverQuest ended up doing their changes and everything else, they made really micro changes. And early on in the beta and stuff, they did these amazing sweeping changes that really created an upheaval in the game. So this is just a common mistake that I see, fledgling gaming companies do, is the knee jerk. So I hope Bobik and his team will refrain from the knee jerk and really say, hey, let's change it a little bit and see how it happens. Let's change it a little bit. You don't need to do radical code changes. Change it a little bit and then, look at how the community, because otherwise you're going to have a revolution and people are going to just get upset and just quit the game. That's just my 2 cents. I've playing games for over 20 years and a lot of betas. Later.